The power of discipline, a stoic tale of quiet resolve, painful doubt, an ultimate triumph. What if your dreams weren't slipping away because you lacked talent, but because you abandoned them too soon? What if success didn't come from inspiration, but from what you do when no one is watching? This is not a story about talent, it's a story about grit, the quiet strength of discipline, and how it changes everything. Like many boys his age, Aaron had a longing to play for his school's football team, but unlike the others, his desire burned quietly, not in boasting or bold declarations, but in the silent way he watched every practice from the sidelines, eyes full of possibility. There was once a boy named Aaron, 15, who lived in a small, sun-warmed town where the days passed gently and the skies felt wider than dreams. He saw himself on that field, scoring the winning goal, hearing the crowd erupt. It felt real. It felt inevitable, but reality had its own question for Aaron. Could he stay the course? You see, Aaron's struggle wasn't with dreaming. It was with doing consistently. He often started with enthusiasm, full of fire, but within days, that fire dimmed, replaced by excuses, distractions, or doubt. Fueled by hope, he ran to the field, eager. The second day, weariness crept in. Still, he pushed himself. "Coach," he said nervously, "I want to join the team." He failed because he wasn't consistent. Then came the moment that would test him. One afternoon, summoning his courage like armor, Aaron walked up to Coach Roy, a stern man known for turning raw players into warriors. Without it, even the brightest flame dies out, perhaps too quickly. He didn't yet grasp what it would demand. "Will you practice at 5 o'clock a.m. every morning?" Then replied, with steady firmness, "Wanting is easy, Aaron, but will you show up?" For 1 month, Mr. Roy studied him. Aaron nodded. The first morning, Aaron rose, with the stars still overhead. But by the third morning, when the alarm rang cold and early, Aaron turned it off, and slept that afternoon. Coach Roy didn't shout. He simply said, "Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement." The words hit Aaron harder than any scolding. That night, alone with his thoughts, he realized something painful. He had never failed because he wasn't capable. And, that night, he decided to change. Aaron didn't try to become great overnight. He made small, deliberate changes. He placed his alarm far from his bed, so he'd have to stand up to silence it. He laid out his practice clothes before sleeping, a quiet signal to his future self. Most of all, he made a promise. No matter how tired he felt, he would train, even if only for 10 minutes. And then, rhythm emerged. A quiet discipline began to shape his days. He felt stronger, clearer, but life, as always, tested his resolve. His body ached from the strain. His classmates laughed behind his back. "I try so hard, but maybe I'm just not enough," even when no one notices. "Keep walking, Aaron. You're not even good enough to make the team," they said. Their words sank in like cold rain. Doubt returned. One evening, Aaron sat alone, defeated, when his older brother Anil walked in. "What's going on?" he asked. Aaron opened his heart. Anil sat beside him and said, "Success isn't a leap, it's a walk. Repeated daily, even when it hurts." Without applause. Encouraged, Aaron didn't quit. He broke down his training. A week for dribbling, a week for Day by day, his skills sharpened. Quietly, he watched match footage, visualized strategies, strengthened his upper body. He trained his mind while his ankle healed. "What if I can't recover in time?" he thought. Then, 2 weeks before team trials. Disaster. A sudden twist during practice, and Aaron's ankle gave way. The pain was sharp, the fear sharper. But who showed the deepest growth, the strongest heart, and the rarest quality of all, discipline? Welcome to the team, Aaron, not because of the applause, but because he knew he had earned it. His friends tried to comfort him, but inside, he felt shattered. For days he sat in silence, staring at his football as though it had betrayed him. But then, he remembered Anil's words, and scored. Keep walking, not just in training, but in trusting the process. Dreams don't work unless you do. Aaron stood on the sideline, heart pounding like a drum in his chest. The other players seemed stronger, faster, more confident. So, Aaron adapted. The day of the trial came, but when his name was called, Aaron stepped forward. He wasn't perfect, but he was ready. His dribbles were clean. His passes were crisp. His effort was relentless. Coach Roy began to announce the chosen names. Aaron's was not among them. The air felt heavy. His stomach sank. But then Coach Roy paused, And finally, he said, "We have someone who didn't start as the best." Aaron stood frozen, disbelieving. And then, he smiled. The crowd erupted. Months later, during the inter-school tournament final, the match was tied. 1 minute remained. The ball came to Aaron, with clarity.com and courage. He dodged 2 defenders. The crowd roared. After the match, a reporter asked, "What's your secret?" Aaron replied, "Discipline. Discipline is not a punishment, it is a path. It is the quiet force that carries you when motivation fades. It turns ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement." If this story reminded you of your own path, if it sparked something within you, then walk with us. Subscribe to Stoic Zen, where strength is quiet, wisdom runs deep, and every step matters. Let's keep walking together.